Yo, what up, everybody? Yes, sir. It is day 2 of 31 days of live videos for October. I'm doing it. T. Maria's doing it. Your favorite YouTubers are doing it. And that includes me and T. We are some of your favorite YouTubers. What's going on? How are you today? My name is Tony Jacobsen. Welcome to the Unbreakable Academy. You'll have to excuse my scatteredness right here because I just got done doing a live on my second channel, which is called OI Life. It's all about osteogenesis imperfecta, which is the disability that I have, and I have to kind of switch gears when I'm going from OI Life to the Unbreakable Academy. But I am here, and we're about to do this because we're just, making dreams come true, right? What you gonna do? Making dreams come true. Alright, so today's video is all about this guy. That's right, it's about me. And I wanted to do this because, the Unbreakable Academy is one thing, and I am the Unbreakable Academy. And who is Tony Jacobsen? Like, who are you? Who am I? I get that question, like, who are you? What is the Unbreakable Academy all about? And why are you doing the Unbreakable Academy? So, I was like, well, okay, in today's video, I'm going to talk about that. And just give you a little history on me and, why I'm doing the Unbreakable Academy. So, like I said, my name is Tony Jacobsen, and I was born with a rare disability called osteogenesis imperfecta. Say that 5 times fast. Go. Ready, and go. Right? You can't do it. You got like maybe 1.5 times through, and then you got tongue-tied. But look, if you can't pronounce it, it's okay. You'll get it. Osteogenesis imperfecta. Anyway, in layman's terms, it means brittle bones, fragile bones. So you could just remember it that way and say it that way if you want. And basically what that means is, first of all, I have type 1, and that's one of the milder forms. So what it means is that my bones have been fragile since I was born. And I've broken probably right around 70 times. That's 70 times, kind of throughout my life. And most of it happened during my childhood. And then I had a few breaks like into my adulthood. But yeah, I've broken 70 times. I've had 12 surgeries. And those have included everything from surgeries to reset bones, to inserting steel rods into my bones, to replacing those steel rods that are in my bones. And I still have rods in my bones to this day. I have 2, one in each femur, my thigh bone, and one in each tibia, which is my shin bone. So I have a rod that goes all the way down the center of the bone. And those are put in to kind of keep my bones in place when I was younger, like in case it did break, like the bone wouldn't go crazy, it would just be like, and like it would stop, right? Is that a good example? I don't know. I should have had some example, some demo. Anyway, but that's what the rods are for. So I've had those. And, beyond all that, I got one unbreakable spirit. And that's what we like to say in the osteogenesis imperfecta world is we have unbreakable spirits because no matter how many times our bones break, we still stay strong. Now, that hasn't always been the case for me. And that's where kind of my whole journey of learning for myself through self-development, self-improvement, and then sharing that with others came to be. So for me, because of my disability, I was very unhealthy for the majority of my life because I was always scared to do anything physical. I mean, I used a wheelchair when I was a kid, and then I got on crutches like in high school, and then I didn't start walking until I was in my early 20s. So once I did start walking without anything to help me, I was always scared because I didn't want to break any bones. And I had my fair share of breaks like in my 20s also. So because of this like fear, and because of this idea of like always trying to be careful, I never really exercised. I never really did anything too physical because I was always worried. And because of that, that left me pretty unhealthy my whole life, because I was just living life, just kind of doing me, not really thinking about my OI, and just being unhealthy. So, life went on. I went into my 20s, went into my 30s, and then when I was nearing the end of my 30s was when it got like critical, because I started to gain a lot of weight, tons of weight through the 20 years of not being physically fit and not thinking about it and just kind of doing what I want to do, eat what I want to eat, sort of thing. And I pretty much ballooned up to being pretty heavy. I was probably 40 to 50 pounds overweight, and I was constantly having pain in my joints and my legs, and I could barely walk up a flight of stairs, without holding the handrail or losing my breath or do anything physical. It was really kind of a mess, and I was always having stomach problems and stuff. So through that experience, through getting so unhealthy, I, went to the doctor for some stomach issues that I was having, and had an EKG done, and found out that I might have had a small heart attack at that point. And this was like right when I was turning 40. So that was it, man. That was the turning point for me. That's when it was like, okay, I got to do something different here. And I went through a whole bunch of stuff to really change my entire life. And I wrote a book about it. It's this one right here. It's called Disable Your Disability. Yeah, that's me. Check it out. That's little Tony right there. Look at me. All happy, right? But yeah, see, I used to use a wheelchair. And then that's this me right here after my first transformation. So yeah, it's called Disable Your Disability, Live the Healthy Life You Deserve. And I tell my story and a lot more in this book. So if you want to get a copy of the book, I have the link below in the description. You can come to my website and you can get the book. I tell my story about what I went through to embrace my disability, to really figure it out and how to work with it so that I could become healthy. Because with OI and with brittle bones, like, exercise is the exact opposite of what you think you can do physically. So I had to do a lot of brain training before I could do some physical training, and I talk about that in the book. And then I really go into the second half of the book is a how-to. It's like all my secrets and tips and tricks on what you can do too if you have a disability, or if you have anything physically that's been holding you back, or mentally that's been holding you back. So don't let the title deceive you. Disable your disability. A disability can be just anything holding you back. So it doesn't have to actually be a physical disability. So get your copy of that, and you can learn even more about me and my story. So why Unbreakable? Unbreakable has just come to be within the last maybe 2 years, because since I wrote the book, which was probably, gosh, this was 4 or 5 years ago that I put this book out, a lot of things have happened. I've gone through a ballooning of gaining weight again and dropping weight. I gained weight, and now I'm actually going through the process of going through losing weight again, right? Because I gained weight, now I'm losing it again. But through that whole process, I've learned that everything that I've been doing to be unbreakable is not only about physical change, but it's about mental change, it's about emotional change, it's about spiritual change. And being unbreakable, if you didn't see my video yesterday, you can go and watch it after this one. But for me, the definition of being unbreakable is not breaking, but it's about how we reinvent ourselves after we do break. So that's what I've learned, is that not only after this physical transformation, which I talk about in Disable Your Disability, but I realized, man, throughout my life I've been doing that. I've been being unbreakable through the broken times in my life. So that's why it's unbreakable. That's why this movement now is unbreakable. And that's why I'm working on the next book, to be able to share even more with you about being unbreakable in your life. Not just because of a physical disability, but because of things that may hold us back, and breaks that we may, come up against throughout our lives. Like, how do we get through those? How do we reinvent ourselves afterwards so that we can be unbreakable afterwards and not experience those things again? So that's what Be Unbreakable is all about and what the Unbreakable movement is all about. Hence, the Unbreakable Academy. That's what this YouTube channel is about. It's about me, Tony Jacobsen, my story, and what has transpired since Disable Your Disability happened, which was, a few years back. So now it's about what's right now and what's for the future. And it's for everybody. So that pretty much sums it up. That's my video for today. And if you have any questions for me, go ahead and post them in the comments. I'm sure you're watching the replay. If you have any questions for me, post them in the comments. If you have any topics or ideas that you'd like covered, let me know. Being Unbreakable, on this channel, it's really going to talk about being healthy, like healthy living, productivity, being happy, like how to find happiness, and really being unbreakable. So it's motivation, it's inspiration, and it's all of the goodness. And we're going to have some fun too. So it's all fun, right, T?
Yeah!
See? Even T knows that it's all fun. And speaking of fun, I have a few podcasts that I want to talk to you about because I know a lot of people like to listen to podcasts. So, check it out. I have 3 podcasts. That's right, I'm involved with 3 podcasts and they're all friggin' awesome. The first one is Unbreakable with Tony. That's my own podcast and it covers a lot of stuff that we talk about here on the Unbreakable Academy. Talk about disability, healthy living, positive mindset, all those great things. And you can catch that. The links are all below in the description. So, and if you don't click on those, you can go to my website and get to them as well. So Unbreakable with Tony is my podcast, and it's great because on there I get to kind of free flow and do a longer format and just kind of go off about things. So that's a really great podcast to check out if you want to get some motivation. The second podcast is called A Dynamite Life, and that's with the one and only T. Marie. That's her right there. And A Dynamite Life is all about financial freedom, entrepreneurialism, being an artist, tiny living, and dynamic relationships. Is that right? That's all of them, right? Five
Yes.
topics. So if you want to, because T and I have been through so much. We've done music together. She's my wife. For those of you that don't know, and we've been together almost 20 years now, so we've gone through massive changes in our world, and we've just learned about so many things, about all these topics: tiny living, financial freedom, entrepreneurialism, being an artist, and dynamic relationships. So go and listen to that podcast if you want to check that out. And then the last podcast is called Shorter by the Hour, and that is with my friend Jacob Holt. He's a fellow OIer, and we've started this podcast to just kind of, I don't know, just talk about stuff in life. It's really taken on a cool form and shape. We just started it this summer of 2020, and go check it out. We talk about some crazy stuff. We've both got some pretty extreme ideas on things, and we talk tech, we talk movies, we talk about disability, we talk about OI a little bit, we talk about, not politics yet, but we have kind of dove into that a little bit. We talk about news events and like just all sorts of crazy stuff, and it's really fun. And it's called Shorter by the Hour because we actually keep every episode, we do our best to keep them under an hour. So go and check those 3 podcasts out. All the links are in the description below, and I hope you enjoy them. You're going to find them on Anchor and Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Google and anywhere where you listen to podcasts, all right? So that's it for today's video. I will see you tomorrow. Until next time, get out there and be unbreakable. All right? Peace.